Good morning. Happy Thursday. Welcome to this morning's Align Your Mind. I'm going to give this just a second. We're live here on Instagram for those who are watching and catching the replay in either my private Facebook community or YouTube or just on my Instagram page itself. I do this series every single morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, and it's part of my morning routine now, which I'm super excited about. It's a new thing that I just started. It's been 1 week, so far it's been pretty amazing. Lots of incredible conversations on here and diving into different topics and, getting to engage and ask questions and that kind of thing. So even if you're watching the replay and if you have questions, just let me know. Good morning, Nicole. Thank you so much for joining this morning. I'm so happy to have you here. I know it's early where you are, so that's amazing. Look at you go. Early start to the day. I love it. So as we're waiting for more people to hop on live, I wanted to talk about today limiting beliefs. I love that you're laughing, Nicole, because it's true. Hi, welcome to today's live. Good morning, good morning. I'm so excited to have you here. Thank you so much for joining. I want to talk today about limiting beliefs, and where it comes from is because I posted a reel yesterday where I shared some of the stuff that I was working on for the first quarter of the year, mapping out a 30K year. And then after I posted it, I got this 30K quarter. Yeah, 30K quarter for the year. Anyways, I was just like, oh my God, did I just share that online? Good morning, Susie. Thank you so much for joining. And then I was like, did I just share that online? Did I really? I'm not one to post about my finances online or income goals or anything like that. And I was like, oh my God, did I just post that online? I was like, and then I started getting into this spiral of is this something that I can even do? Can I really do this? And then I was like, you know what? No, let's silence the inner critic for a hot second and let's actually think about this realistically. So what it led me to think was that we all have limiting beliefs. There are limiting beliefs that creep into every single second, every single day, in everything that you do, every time you level up. I've done a lot of mindset work myself. I've done a lot of work on healing different triggers and that kind of thing. But even still, the more that you level up, the more that you get into different spaces and the more that you get into different areas and avenues, you're going to feel uncomfortable. It's going to feel really, really, really uncomfortable. But everything that is worth having is uncomfortable. Everything that makes you feel alive, everything that leads to your bigger goal or bigger dream, those are all things that are going to make you feel uncomfortable. And it's not going to always be uncomfortable. Some seasons are going to be really, really, really great, but then some of them are going to be really uncomfortable where you're sitting in this and you're like, oh my God, is this really going to happen for me? Is this really going to work for me? Is this actually going to happen? And what I want to say is that it does happen. You need to move through that limitation. You need to work through that limitation. How do you work through that limitation? Oops, I just hit my camera. How do you work through that limitation? Well, you work through that limitation by addressing the limitation. And then once you're able to address it, once you're able to pinpoint it, then you're able to transform it and then you're able to shift it, which is something that I've talked about before. But ultimately, everything that you're doing is in service of your dream, right? We don't do crazy things for fun. We don't do crazy things for no reason. We don't do crazy things just because. We do crazy things because they align to our dreams, because we're dreamers, because we want more, because we desire more, because we have a purpose to fulfill, because we have, value to bring to the table, because we have something that we want to share with other people that's so much bigger than we are, so much bigger than we can explain. And when you do that, you're going to do things that are going to be out of your comfort zone. You're going to do things that feel crazy and you're like, oh my God, am I actually doing this? You're going to do things that other people won't do. And you're going to do things that other people will never understand. And, people will try their best to be understanding. People, especially people who don't necessarily understand what it's like to be an entrepreneur or someone who prefers to play it safe. And either one of those is totally fine. But if you're here and if you're watching this, you don't play it safe. You know what I mean? You don't play it safe, which is why you want more. which is why you want to help other people, which is why you live in service every day instead of waiting for someone to come and save you and waiting for someone to come and create your own reality for you. So what's the price that you're going to put on your dream? What's the price that you're going to put on what you desire, right? Like what is your determining factor? So it's like yesterday when I was mapping out this 30K first quarter, I was thinking to myself, oh my God, like, are these things all achievable? And I'm like, yes, of course they're achievable. All they take is just a little bit of work, a little bit of stretching, a little bit of getting outside of my comfort zone, a little bit of getting outside of your comfort zone. But you need a plan, right? Like you need to figure out what's the plan that's going to take you to where you're going. And I think this is one thing that kind of drives me a little bit crazy with the sort of, for lack of better words, like spiritual community. People will just say, you don't need to do anything with a plan. You don't need to do anything with strategy. But I don't agree, because you need to have some kind of structure. You need to have some kind of goals that you're working towards. You need to have some kind of, milestone to be able to measure your success. Otherwise, you're going to float around for a year and you're not going to have anything put in place, right? So if you're wanting to start that business, figure out what you need to do. And don't give yourself excuses. What are you doing in your time every single day? You have 24 hours a day. 8 of them are spent sleeping. What are you doing with the rest of your time? What are you doing with the rest of your day? You know what I mean? Like, how much time can you allocate and how much time can you dedicate to what it is that you want? And if you don't know what you want, then you dedicate that time to figuring it out. You try new things, and if they don't work, you try again. And if they don't work, then you try again. And that is what it's like living in service of your dream, because your dream is wanting more. Your dream is having this massive desire to make change happen, to contribute to society, and to create a legacy for yourself and for your life. And so what are you doing every single day that's going to get you to your success? What are you doing every single day to get you to where you want to be, right? Your dreams don't sleep. You can't sleep on your dreams either. And so everything that you do is going to feel uncomfortable. Every time you move, it's going to feel uncomfortable. But ultimately, where you're going to go, when you look backwards, you're going to say, oh my God, like, how did I get from there to here? Look at all of the things that I've accomplished. Look at everything that I've done. Look at how many hurdles I had to overcome to get here. And that is a real thing that happens. And it's amazing to be able to look back and to say, and no journey is linear, right? You start in one place and you think you're going to go here, but then you end up bouncing to here, and then you end up bouncing to here, and that's okay. There's no right or wrong way to get to where you're meant to go, but you need to turn inwards and figure out, what is your purpose here to serve? What are you here to do? How are you here to serve your community, your friends, your family, your relationships, everyone that surrounds you, everyone that you surround? What are you doing every single day to empower them, to empower you, to create the change in your life, to get to where you want to go? It takes time, but the time is going to pass anyways. So what are you doing with that time? How are you being intentional with your time? Are you sitting in the fact that you don't know what you're going to do, what your next step is, or anything like that? Or are you stepping into your power? Are you stepping into making your life happen? Are you watching your life happen, or is your life, controlling what you do? Those are two different intentional things. And right now we're in a time where we have more time than we probably ever did before. And so what are you doing to be intentional with your time to create your dream and to create your reality? So when I created that reel yesterday and I posted it, it was extremely uncomfortable. But then I figured it was uncomfortable because it was achievable. You know what I mean? It's uncomfortable because it's realistic, and it's putting myself out there and and being accountable to myself and being accountable to what I say that I'm going to do. And so it's about the same thing for you too. What are you accountable to? What are you creating in your life? And, how are you going to spend the time as it passes anyways? How are you going to create the life that you're excited to wake up to every single day? Right? How are you going to create that for yourself? Because you're in the driver's seat. You're the one that gets to create it. If you don't leap, no one's coming to make you leap. You're the one who has to take the first step. You're the one who has to jump. You're the one who has to put one foot in front of the other and make it happen. And then we can do that by ourselves, but then we can also do that with accountability. We can do that with help. We can do that with coaches. Why do you think coaches exist? Because coaches help you get there faster. Coaches help you unblock the spaces between your mind and your thoughts and your actions, and figure out why things aren't being done. What is the block that's not allowing you to accomplish what it is you want to accomplish? That is my purpose as a coach. But also to empower, right? To help you find your spot, your place, what lights you up, what makes you feel on fire, right? And so if you're not taking a leap, and if you're not taking a chance, and you're letting the time pass by anyways, the time is going to pass by anyways. You might as well do something with it, that's intentional. Because ultimately, what's the price on your dream? What's the price on getting yourself to the next step? You want more out of your life because you know that you can create more in your life. It's not some silly thing that we just dream up and we say we want more, we want more, we want more. There's a purpose behind it, right? So if you're not sure what the purpose is as to why you want more, is it more service? Is it more helping people? Is it more helping people create their reality? Is it more helping people change their own lives? What's the why, right? Everything always starts and ends with your why. What is your why for doing what you do, right? How are you transforming the lives of those that you touch? And don't settle. Don't settle for less than what you deserve. Don't settle for the stories that are in your mind that hold you back. Don't settle for other people, saying or thinking or expressing how you should live your life, because not everybody understands. And a lot of the times when people are expressing their own opinions, they're expressing it based off of their own perceptions. They're expressing it off of their own lived experiences. And it's not a bad thing, because that's what they know, right? So we need to be understanding, and we need to be grateful and, thankful that they bring that perspective. But it's not always yours to keep. So if you have a dream, you want to start your business, you're in your business, you want to make X K per month, whatever you want to do, and somebody else doesn't agree with it, thank you so much. I'm going to do it anyways. You know what I mean? You can't just stop what you're doing because somebody else has a limiting belief around the fact if you should or shouldn't do something. You're more than capable to do anything that you want in your life. You're more than capable to do absolutely anything. And so what intentions are you bringing to the table? What actions are you bringing to the table? If you have any questions as we're going through this, just drop them in the comments, because I can answer them as we're going. And even after the fact, if you have questions, if you're watching the live, if you're watching the replay, just let me know. And I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. But ultimately, it's the choice that, how are you going to spend your time? Are the things that you're doing, the actions that you're doing, aligning to your bigger goals and your bigger dreams? What stories are you letting play out in your mind that help either get you there or hinder you from getting there? And then ultimately, what are you doing with your time and how are you spending it? Right? Those are the things. So thank you so much for joining me live this morning. I hope you're all fired up to start your day. So many nice faces on here today, so I'm grateful for everyone who popped in. Thank you so much. Let me know any questions after this. Tonight in my Facebook group, I have at 8 p.m. Eastern time a group co-working session, which is going to be at it's 8 p.m. Eastern time. It's free. Hop on. It's like a blend between coaching and working session or whatever. If you have questions, just bring them to the table. I'm going to send out a Zoom link in my Facebook group. It'll be up, and you can just hop on between 8 and 9 p.m. Eastern time. I hope to see you there. You're so welcome, Susie. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so glad this was helpful. I'm liking the little high five thing. I'm feeling like it was helpful. Woohoo! I like that. So if you have any questions, let me know, and I look forward to connecting with you tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern time in my Facebook community. Bring your questions. Let's catch up, have a little glass of wine or something like that, and we'll just enjoy. I want to hear everything that's going on. I want to catch up. So pop in there. It's an open link, and have a beautiful day. I'll see you all tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern time. Mwah! Thank you, Nicole. Bye, guys. See you later.